Now in this technique, we call it the outside circle. Matthew's going to come in. He's going to thrust. 1. When you hold this, when you do the outside circle, make sure it's like a hammer grip. So when you thrust, we get the end of the knife, which is known as the puño in Filipino terms, and run it over his forearm. Now, I made a small circle, so I'm going to drop a slash down his center, down his nose, and then stab. Again, I'll do it as a small circle. He could grip as hard as he can. Outside, drop, and then stab. Now I'm going to show you really close up why we call it outside circle. I'm going to have Matthew hold it tight, have the circle, just the puño, right over his hand. He's already having a hard time gripping it. Now I drop the strike 12 and stab. Now some of the do's and don'ts. The reason why we call this outside circle rather than inside, because if we go inside, he could recatch it every single time. See? And again, you recatch it. So it's a circle game. But if you go outside circle, he can't recatch in time. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and show you from another angle. I'll have Matthew move to the other side. Matthew thrust. 1. I'll thrust to him. 2. Now from here, let me show you how the puño, or the end of the handle, hooks over his wrist and just drops and goes in. The mistake I see is when people do this and they drop, then they load up a big thrust and come in, and it's a recatch again. That's why when we do a circle drop, we do it from here. We don't load up. It's a blade. It'll still work no matter what. So you don't need to reload. It gives him reaction time. So watch what happens if I do this and Matthew now reacts, and you have to start all over again. Now this is one of my favorite techniques as far as a small man against a big man. I'm what, 200 pounds? I could use this technique against a 350 to 400 pound man if I had to. Any size. It's just a matter of leverage. Now this is called riding the elbow, and I'm going to have Matthew come in. Matthew will thrust, I'll catch. I'll thrust to him, he'll catch. Now what I'm going to do is triangle step with my right leg out, hop this elbow over this arm, and collect and stab up. Do it again. 1, 2. I'm going to triangle, collect, stab up. Okay. Let me go ahead and give you from another angle. I'll have Matthew come in. Matthew will stab. 1. I'll stab to him. 2. Now when I step, I don't want to step in front. I want to step outside, triangle, hop over, and stab him. Now make sure your tunnel is cleared. And what I mean by tunnel is this other arm, or even your arm. Look what happens if you're sloppy. You're slicing yourself. So what you want to do is open the center line, collect him here, and stab up, palm up. Now I'm going to have Matthew actually grip as hard as he can. Okay, as hard as you can. Ready? He doesn't have it. And then besides this, if I'm stepping outside, I could actually just drop on him from here. Now this next technique is called going under the tunnel. And I'll have Alan come in. And Alan will thrust to me. I'll thrust to him. Now, you have to be a storyteller on this. You have to kind of give the guy a reason to head fake this way, so his energy, everything goes that way. But in reality, when you go here, this knife hand goes to his hips, this head goes under, and you pop it up, walk around. You got it from here. Again, 1, 2. Now from here, Alan will thrust to me, I'll thrust to him, we're in stalemate. I'm going to give a quick head fake so his energy goes this way. And I'm going to go, his knife hand pinned to his hips. It's got to be on the opposite side, because if it's up here, it'll follow me and get me from behind. So right here, when you walk it through, walk it all the way around and do an actual squat. and just keep on walking and clear your legs. You don't want any of your legs to be in front of him, because if he knows he's behind a curve, he might do a Hail Mary and kick his legs up and you go with it. One, two, whoop. Let me go ahead and give you from another angle. I have Alan come around. Heel thrust. 1, 2. Now, what's so great about this is, what stalemate is designed for is to know his energy. If he's attacking me, if I know his energy is coming forward, then maybe I won't throw a slap and thrust from the other techniques or this and that, but I know his energy is here coming forward. So I want to head fake, come under, and stay away from that energy, which is the knife hand. Later on in the game, you could mix and match everything, and we'll go over the second part of this. But for now, there are counters to all these techniques. But if you could pull them off, you dominate right away. One body part you could use to break the grip will be the knee. I'll have Alan demo with me. Alan will thrust 1, and I'll do 2, and actually just put the knee on it and put my weight, and you got it. Now, the do's and don'ts on this is, don't put your knee where it bends. That gives, and you'll be stuck like this with your knee on it, and he could still hold the grip. Put your knee right in the beginning of the forearm so he can't hold on to it. Now, some of the things I see all the time is they use the wrong knee. If Alan does it to me and uses the opposite knee, yeah, that way, guess what happens? I push. Only because Alan's on one leg, and we know it as one post. So he's posted only one leg. All I have to do is push a little, and he's off balance. If he uses the right knee, the correct knee, and I push, he falls back in balance every single time. 1, 2, and do it. Good, and push. Okay, let me give you from another perspective, another view. I'm gonna go 1, I'll go 2. Right here, I'm gonna break the grip and go. Now, I have some men that are in their 60s. Some of them have bad knees. For this technique, I tell them, it doesn't matter. Alan has to hold on to me no matter where I go. So if I can't lift my knee past my waist, I'm gonna lower down my level down here so I can now use it at a lower level. If Alan even thought about letting go, right here, I got him. So he can't afford to let go. He's got to follow me wherever I go. And I could actually start bumping it from here and then going from here. One of the more popular things that people like to do when Alan comes in, he'll thrust, and they always put the knife to my face. Well, when they do that, all you need to do is go blade to blade,